to another episode of the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayolua. My name is Ayolua Adedeji. I am your parenting coach, the parenting guru. When you hear my name, what comes to your mind? I guess parenting. Yes, I love parenting. I love to parent. I love to learn parenting, and I love to teach parenting. Yes, I love everything about parenting. And this is the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayolua. Welcome to this edition again. Just as every other edition, every other session on this show, I bring to you practical steps to raise well-rounded children, balanced children, without compromising discipline, without compromising honor, without compromising mental health. So today we'll be talking on another educative topic. Last week we talked about how to show up when your child fails, how to show up when a child fails. That was our focus last week, and today we are shifting to perfection, where we pivot towards prevention. We pivot towards prevention. Last week we talked about how to show up when a child fails, what to say, what not to say, how to do it, what not to do, practical strategies that we can use in case a child fails his or her examination. But today we will focus on prevention. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. And truthfully, I can say that prevention is less costly. It's better to prevent something than trying to cure it. While I don't encourage shielding children from failure, yes, at the Mother Family Focus, we equip parents with strategies that will help them to raise children who are balanced, to prepare children to do well mentally, physically, and all round. But even at that, we still equip parents with the skills they need to prepare their children, not to over-parent. Yes, let me put it that way, not to over-parent their children. It is okay for a child to fail. It is not a bad thing. Like I said last week, failure isn't the dead end. It is a pathway to success. It is the process towards success. So the mindset that we have, this mindset that was imputed on us when we are growing up, that it is not okay to fail, it is bad, failure is something bad. We need a mindset shift. Should we tell our children to go and fail? No, that's not what we are saying. That's not what the discussion is all about. No. But what the topic says, our focus is that even it is possible to prepare your children for success, to do everything, and somehow, if they didn't get the desired results, yes, it happens like that. That you put in all the efforts, you do things that you need to do, and you still not get the desired result. Like I said last week, that failure means different things to different people. Yes, but whatever definition you give to failure, when you experience failure, when our children experience failure, how should we deal with them? How should they handle such situations? So at the Mother Family Focus, that's one of the things we focus on, to equip parents to prepare their children beyond academics. But today we'll focus on how to prepare your child for academic success. Last week's topic was prompted based on what's happened, with the JAM registration. For those of you that are watching from Nigeria, there was an issue. JAM has had system error which affected some students, and one of the students got a result. She scored 190. That was short of her expectation, and she couldn't handle that failure, and she ended up taking her own life. That was what prompted last week's discussion, so that we will know, we as parents will know what to do, so that these things will not happen. I said it last week that at some points in life, we will experience failure. Even as parents, if you look back, if you are sincere, you would believe, you will agree with me that at some point in our lives, we experience failure. So also this will happen to our children, whether we want it or we don't want it. There are times that life will be hard on them. So we need to prepare them for such moments, for such time, so that it won't cut short their life. So today, like I said, we are talking on how to prepare your child for academic success. Not only prepare them without pressure. Without pressure. A lot of times when we say we are preparing our children, we don't want our children to fail, want our children to do well, and all of that. We are doing that out of pressure. We are pressurizing them. We are pressurizing them. Should we encourage our children? Yes. But should we pressurize them? No. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. So, today's edition, we are moving from pain to purpose, from the odds of academic failure to the hope of academic preparation. Yes, from the odds of academic failure to the hope of academic preparation. All right. So how can we raise children who are prepared, children who are focused, children who are confident, children who are resilient, without bothering them with pressure? It is possible. It is very possible. A lot of parents, when I say something, they say, what are you even saying? What are you saying? It is possible. It's just because you don't know how to achieve that without pressure. And that's why I keep saying, if you have not encountered us at the Model Family Focus, you are missing out. You are missing out a whole lot. You are missing out. And you are probably parenting in error, because there are a lot of things to learn about parenting. Parenting is a learned skill. It's not an intuition. It is what we learn. We don't parent by default and expect everything to turn out okay. No. No. That was what our parents did, and we didn't eventually turn out to be okay. As most of you will say, my parents beat me and I turned out to be okay. My daddy slapped me and I turned out to be okay. They threw objects at me and I turned out to be okay. I am where I am today because of the way my parents beat me. My dear, we are not okay. Except you are okay with the way our society is. That is when you can boldly say that you are okay. So for us to prevent such cycle, to break that cycle, we need to be intentional. Get into the Model Family Focus. Come and learn. Learn how to discipline positively, how to connect with your children, how to prepare your children for academic success, how to, raise well-rounded, balanced children, how to use play therapy to teach your children values, to correct children behavior. There are a whole lot to learn. Yes, there are a whole lot to learn. All right, let's get on. So true academic success is not about perfection. It is about progress. True academic success is not about perfection. It's not about a child coming up A parallel, A plus, and all that. But it's about progress, purpose, and peace. I call it 3 P's. True academic success is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about purpose, and it's about peace. For instance, this term, maybe your child your child scored C. Your child scored C in most of the subjects. And next term, you put in the effort, your child, braced up and all of that, and your child came up with a B. That's a success because there's progress. Don't say, success is not when you say, Shebi, your classmates, they are scoring A plus. Do they have 2 A's? Is it not the same way I gave it to you, their parents gave it to them? No. Success is not about perfection. It is about progress. Moving from point A to point B. It's about purpose and peace. It's about purpose and peace. So we are having 3 segments in this discussion. We will talk about how to redefine academic success. We will redefine academic success. We will talk about creating the right learning environment for your children. And we will talk about instilling academic habits that work. Instilling academic habits that work. So let's talk about redefining academic success. How do you define success? I say it, and I'm saying it, and I will continue to say that academic success is more than getting straight A. That is what we define as academic success. And that is why during the end of the year party in most schools, they share prizes, best students in this subject, best students in that subject, the best students in this, best students in that. But what about the children who didn't score A, but who showed up all through the term? What about them? So academic success is more than getting straight A's. It means developing curiosity, confidence, and critical thinking. Let me say this again so that you understand. I said academic success means developing curiosity, confidence, and critical thinking. I have seen people who are academically sound but lack critical thinking. If you lack critical thinking and you have a straight result, such person will struggle. Yes, such person will still struggle. And this is one of the reasons why we have first class students who are not thriving. Why? Because the definition of success they grew up to know is to have straight A to pass exams, ignoring critical thinking skill. Critical thinking skill. Academic success means teaching your child to honor to their learning journey, not just to perform for validation. That is what most of us define academic success to be. Performing for validation. Oh, that boy is she took first best students in physics. He collected the prize last term for validation. For validation, there are other things that need to be considered before we can actually say that a child is academically successful. So how do you define success to your child, for your child? What message are they getting from you when you talk about success, academic success, either intentionally or unintentionally? Is it that you tell them you must not fail exam, you must come back with A, you must score this, you must score that? How are you defining success to your children? You need to work on that. You need to work on. In fact, if you want to prepare your child for academic success, that is the first thing you need to do. That is where you need to start. You need to redefine academic success. Academic success is not just about getting A parallel. Having high score, it's okay. I am not saying it's a bad thing. It's really a blessing. It's really a blessing. But that is not all we need. I made a post, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, that high score in UTME is a blessing, but it doesn't translate to success in life. And I said it on that post. I said, tell this to your children, that having high score in UTME, passing all exams, having good grades, they are blessings. They are good. No doubt about that. But that doesn't translate to success in life. And I receive a lot of comments. Someone says, in fact, my uncle says, if you say that to children of these days, they will, they will be nonchalant about their academics. They won't take their academics seriously and all that. And I responded, I said, if you tell your child that good grades, high scores are blessings, but it doesn't translate to academic success, and what your child interprets that to is to be complacent, to be careless, to be lackadaisical about his or her academic activities, then you have not done well as a parent. You have not done a good job as a parent. That statement, if we really understand, is a statement to prompt a child. Is a statement to push a child to work harder outside academics. That it is okay for you to have good grades, but don't stop there. That's what it means. Don't stop there, because with your good grade, you may still struggle to survive. With good grades, you may still not thrive, but survive. So I just finished talking about redefining success. So you need to sit down with your children and redefine success. Redefine it with these 3 parameters that I just mentioned, with purpose, with progress, and with peace. Purpose. Currently, I'm writing a book, and the book will soon be out. Maybe in the next few weeks, the book will soon be out. Why find unlost purpose? This book is a powerful book. This book will challenge everything that we have been taught about finding purpose. We were raised to believe that for you to fulfill your purpose, you need to get to a certain stage. Probably you need to start praying. I wrote in that book how we attended prayers, praying for our purpose, praying for us to find our purpose. We believe that purpose is something that is hidden, that you need to look for and find at a certain age. We were raised to believe that purpose is something you discover after so many try and error. But no, purpose is not, it's not like that. I got the inspiration to write this book one day. I was in the bathroom, I was doing the laundry, and I heard it that if a child grows up and as an adult, a child is then praying for success, for purpose, to find purpose, then the parent has not done well. Actually, I heard it for myself that, if your children grow up and they are now praying to find their purpose, then you have failed. I thought about it for days. I discussed with my husband. We talked about it extensively, and that thought has metamorphosed into a book. It's going to be a life-changing book, and you need to get that book. It's come with a workbook. It's not just a book that you will read. It's really a living document. It's a working document that will help you to find purpose for your children. Your children should not grow up and still be looking for purpose, going from one pillar to post, praying, going for one church program, or doing one thing or the other, looking for their purpose. No. God, I wrote it in that book, that God does not create children as blank slate and then put purpose there. No. God created purpose and wrapped that purpose with flesh, and that is your child. And that is your child. So you need to define success with 3 parameters: progress, purpose, and peace. Now let's move on to creating the right learning environment. You know, I've heard parents complain, my child is not learning, my child is not doing this, my child is not doing that. And the question that I ask most times is, what environment have you created for your children? Some of us, we even blame everything on God. You know, in this part of this world, we believe that prayer can do everything. Someone posted on social media that she was asking people to help her out, that what can she do when she has done everything that she needed to do for her child to do well academically, and the child is still not doing well. What else can she do? And the response was just so irritating. So irritating. People are saying, keep praying. Don't worry. Your child will do better. Keep doing this. Just pray. Just pray. Some even said, take another lesson teacher. Maybe you change our school and all that. Why those things are part of the solution, but that is not the first thing. When a child is not doing well academically, the first question is not how well have I prayed or how far have I prayed. The first thing you should ask yourself, and that was my response to that post, is to ask yourself, is your expectation, is it realistic for your child's age? Because sometimes we put unrealistic expectation on our children. We expect them to do things that are above their age. After finding out that, then you should look at the environment. Which environment have you created for your children? The environment you create around your child becomes the blueprint for how your child will learn. So before you complain that your child is not doing well, your child is poor academically, first ask yourself, look around, what environment have you created for yourself? I mean, for your children. What environment? Is it enabling environment? Let's move on. So you need to create a nurturing academic space. That is how to, create the right learning environment. Create a nurturing academic space. A nurturing academic space. Spaces that will encourage learning. We believe that learning is all about reading. No. It's not. It's not just about taking book and sitting on a spot and reading a book, studying and all that. No. That is just one way to learn, to study. If you come to our home presently, you will see papers on the walls. We have emotional charts that we pasted on the wall. We have our family vision. We have our goals on the wall. What we see at glance. We necessarily don't have to sit on a table and be reading before we learn. When we are going out, we are intentionally creating learning, nurturing environment for learning, nurturing space, nurturing academic space for our children. The other day, I took our daughter to the market. We went with the public transport, and as we were going, I was telling her, read the signposts. When you are traveling, you take notes of landmarks, so that when next you are coming alone, you will be able to, identify places. Those things might seem little and insignificant, but that is a nurturing academic space that you are creating for your children. So you need to create calm, cluster-free, and inviting environment. See, if you are living in a home where there is cluster, unnecessary load, packed everywhere at every corner, is not a nurturing academic space. Your child cannot learn. Your child cannot learn well in that environment. All these things may seem so insignificant. You may think, What does having load around have to do with children learning? Yes, it does. It's psychological. It does. You are in a home, and every time music is playing, and you want your children to learn, you are not creating an academic, nurturing academic space for your children. You are in a space from morning to night. The TV is on. As you are done watching the TV program, you move to another TV program. You are done doing this, you move to another movie, and you expect your children to learn. No, your children will not learn that way. You are not creating the right learning environment for your children. You need to create a calm, cluster-free, and inviting environment. Invite, your children to read by action. At almost every corner of our home, you see books. You see books. There are books. You also need to designate time for studying with minimal distractions. Have time. A set time for reading, for studying, without distractions. You see this TV. These digital devices that we use at home, phones, laptop, gadgets, and all that, they are doing more harm than good to our children. If you are not intentional about that, about using those gadgets, those devices, it will destroy your children's academic process. It will. In one of the sessions, I will talk about raising digital native on this show. And when the time comes, that is a show, that is the episode that you shouldn't miss. Because a lot of children are struggling with screen addiction. Parents are complaining, oh, my child does not, cannot do without phone, without watching TV, without laptop and all that. And it's becoming a big deal. It's becoming distractions. It's affecting children's academic performance. So you need to designate time for studying with minimal distractions. No TV. When we want to read, when we want our children to read at home, no TV is on, no radio, nothing. Just calm environment that will enable them to read, to understand, and to assimilate. You need a silent place. Depending on your child's preference. When I was growing up, when I'm reading, especially when I'm reading for fun, when I love to read novels, when I'm reading novels or newspaper or anything, I love to listen to soft music, not the shouting, the noisy one. No, just soft background music. If that works well for your children, that's fine, that's okay. But if it doesn't, you need to intentionally create that right learning environment for your children to enable them to do well academically, to prepare them for academic success without pressure. Another thing I want to talk about is routine. You need to set regular study periods that the child can depend on. See, routine is powerful. If you don't have routine, if you have not scheduled routine in your home, your children will struggle, not only with academics, they will struggle with everything. And you will struggle with discipline. You will struggle with behaviors, bad behaviors. One of the things you want to do after this session is to create routine, daily routine in your home, and do well to follow it. Let your children know what to do when they wake up, from wake up time till they go to school, when they come back from school, till bedtime. Let them know what to do. See, when there is routine, consistent routine, it gives children a sense of confidence. They are aware, they know what is expected of them. Sometimes when I'm trying to remind our children that, do you know you have to do this? They say, no, mommy, we know. Why? Because we have created routine. They know what to do from when they wake up. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. They won't follow it outrightly. Yes, there are days like that. but try as much as possible to make it consistent as much as possible, so that children, they can know what's expected of them, so that there will be predictability. Children thrive, on predictability. When children can predict, they thrive. So you need to set regular study periods that children will depend on, that they will know that so time is for studying, so time is for reading. That is important. Make rest and downtime part of the routine to avoid burnout. In your routine, make rest. A lot of us, we overschedule our children. We overschedule them. And one thing about children is that they don't know how to say I'm stressed up. They don't know. They tell their parents that they are stressed up through their actions, through bad behavior. And that's why most parents will say, my children is usually misbehaving, and when I tell them not to do this, my children will do this. Probably that's your child's way of telling you that I'm stressed. I am stressed up. That I am stressed up. So make rest and downtime part of the routine. Last week we introduced something into our daily routine with our children. Normally our daily routine, we have quiet time. That's the time when they study their Bible, they prayed, they stay alone. And we introduced something last week, even though it has not been really implemented. It is thinking time. No, was it thinking time I called it? Lone time. A time that you stay alone doing nothing. No distraction, no phone, no TV, nothing. Just lie, And I created I created a quiet corner. Yes, I call it quiet corner. I told them that from now on, this is going to be our quiet corner. And what will happen in our quiet corner? You stay there quietly. It's a way, to teach children how to rest. So you need to make rest. Be deliberate about that. Be deliberate about that, because a stressed child cannot thrive academically. A stressed child cannot, thrive academically. So let's move on to instilling academic habits that work. Success is not a secret. I will share success secret. 10 success secrets. How do they call it? Secret success. Please help me. Success is not a secret. There is no secrets. There's nothing hidden about success. It is built on small, repeated, intentional habits. Small, repeated, and intentional habits. I want my children to thrive academically. I need a secret. There is no secret. What I've told you now is what you need to do to set up your children for academic success. Small, repeated, consistent, intentional habits. Like everything you are learning today, if you implement everything that I'm sharing with you today, just try it. Try it for a term. Just try it. Just for a term, or probably for a session, and you will be amazed. Like I do say, all the tools, the strategies that I'm sharing on this show, they are proven strategies. They are strategies that work. They are strategies that I'm using and that thousands of parents are using. So it's not theory. I'm not teaching theory. No. I'm not teaching theory. I'm teaching practical tools, practical strategies that are working. Not miracle strategy, not suddenly. What's this? We watched one film, which they prophet suddenly. No, if that's what you are expecting, no, please, this will not work for you. It has to be repeated, consistent, and intentional habits. And if you are consistent about using those tools, those strategies, your result will be mind-blowing. Your results will be mind-blowing. So what are these habits? What are these habits? The first one is time management. Time management. See, one of the skills that your children need to learn at their young age is time management. Time management. We have been teaching our children time management and we are still on it. We are not going to stop now until they master that skill of time management. Time management. How to prioritize tasks. See, like I do tell our children that everybody has 24 hours. You don't have power to extend more than 24 hours. So everything you need to do must be within that 24 hours. So if you cannot manage that 24 hours, then you will struggle. So you need to teach your children how to manage their time. How to manage their time. And one of the ways you can do this is by routine. I'm going back to setting routine, putting structures in place. Putting structures in place. Most of our activities on in our routine, we mark timing from so time to so time. This is what you're expected to do. From so time to so time, this is what you're expected to do. So you need to teach your children time management. I said it in one of my posts. See, sending your children to school. Some of you even pay huge amount of money as school fee. Pay 500,000, 700,000. Some even pay 1 million, 1.5, 2 million for primary school. Well, if you have the money, that's not a problem. Spend, no problem. But what I'm saying is that there are things that you need apart from sending your children to school. Sending children to school, paying school fee, buying them book, sitting down and reading is not all what your children need to thrive academically, for academic success. They need more than that. And part of them is time management. They need to learn how to manage their time. I was explaining to our daughter about time management, and I told her, I said, do you know that you can be brilliant? As a matter of fact, you can know all the questions given in your examination paper. But if you lack time management skill, you might not do well. You might not pass that exam. Not because you didn't know what to write. But instead of answering 5 questions within 40 minutes, within 40 minutes, and you spent 20 minutes on one question, how do you want to complete the other questions, even though you know the answers? So it's possible to be brilliant academically, to be intelligent, but if you lack time management skill, it's not going to be fine. So you need to start teaching your children. If you have not started, start teaching your children how to manage their time. But there's a slogan in our house that if you, how do we say it? Time wasted, yes. Time wasted is life wasted. It's as serious as that. And they are getting it. Time wasted is life wasted. And there was one evening when they came back from school, when they're supposed to do their own phone, our son decided to on television. Usually we don't watch television during the week. Our televisions are off during the week. I didn't know what came over him this day. He turned off the television and he was playing songs, dancing, when he was supposed to be writing his own phone. And his elder sister was saying, instead of you to be writing your own phone, you are watching TV, you are singing, you are dancing. Go and do your own phone. He said, no. When I'm done with dancing, I will do my own phone. And our daughter said to him, do you know that time wasted is life wasted? He said, yes. I know I can waste my time and still be fast. Fine. some of us, even as adults, as parents, we have that kind of mentality, that I can do anything anytime. I said, that's fine. So he danced. I didn't even tell him to turn off the television. He danced. He did everything he wanted to do. Then he picked up his book. And Mommy, come and help me. And that was our cooking time. I said, well, you have chosen to use your time, your own fun time, to play. Now it's cooking time. I have to be in the kitchen to cook. So he had to struggle with the home phone. He struggled into the night. He struggled. And Mommy, please help me. I said, I was there to help you, but you were not ready. Please, you need to deal with it. He struggled. And by himself, he said, never in my life will I do this. Why am I sharing this? Time management skill is a life-saving skill. It's a life-saving skill. It's a skill that will be useful for your children all through their lives. If your child can learn how to manage time, I can tell you confidently that your child is walking in the path of success. Let's move on. We are talking about core habits for academic success, instilling academic habits that works. The second one is goal setting. Goal setting. Help your child set short-term and long-term goals. These are things that they need to learn at their tender age. Short-term goals. It could be daily goals. For our children, that's what they can do now. Daily goals, because our children are still quite young. Once, especially during weekends, once they wake up, what are the things that you want to do today? The one that can write it down. During weekends, during school time, when they come back from school, the first thing to do is to write the goals. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do for the rest of the day? This will guide them. It will guide your children to do what is needful per time. Goal setting is important. Don't wait for your children to grow up to become a teenager or to become an adult before you start teaching them goal setting. No. These are the skills that they need to thrive academically. And the next one, the third one, is daily review. If your family dynamics does not allow you to review every day, you can make it a weekly thing. Just be consistent about it. Be consistent. Do review. It doesn't have to take much time. 10 minutes. In fact, sometimes 5 minutes is okay. 5 minutes is okay. Parents do complain. All these things you are saying, there is no time. I have to go to work. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to have this. No. You have time. You just don't know. Like I said earlier, that everybody has 24 hours. It's the same 24 hours we have all over the world. So the question now is, how do you manage that 24 hours to achieve what you want to achieve? Hey, my darling, how are you? Christiana Larry, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. So the question is, how do you manage that 24 hours, to take everything you want to do? So you need to do daily reviews. Sit with your children. If you can't do daily, make it weekly. Most times, every day we have a review before we go to bed. Before we go to bed, we have Bible reading, we have our connection time every day. It's just about consistency. If you want to achieve it, if you set it, you can achieve it. And during that time, we review what is it that needs to be done, what is it that you are doing well. And if you cannot do yours weekly, you can do. In fact, you can make it monthly. Just be consistent. Consistency is just the key. Then the last one I want to discuss is discipline. See, I do hear parents say, I'm a very disciplined person. I am very disciplined. I am very disciplined. But what is our definition of discipline? You say you are a disciplined parent, no routine, no structure, no consequences, no rules. What is the discipline all about? You are disciplined. Your children are still watching television till 10 a.m., 10 p.m. You are disciplined. You are a disciplined parent. What are they doing? Our sleeping time is 8 p.m. Even if you are not feeling like sleeping, go and lie. Go and lie down on bed. Go and lie down on bed. 8 p.m. What will children be doing? 10 p.m., 11 p.m. They watch Coco Melon, watch cartoon, from one cartoon to another, and you are expecting that child to be successful academically. No, they can't. See, all this cartoon, Coco Melon, what's them? We don't watch them here, so I don't really know them as such. We don't watch them here. All those contents, they are doing more harm than good for your children. Some of you will even give your children phone. Some of you will give iPad to your children. They will play game, play. See, all these gadgets are designed for adults. Even as adults, if you are irresponsible with screens, it will affect you. How much more children? When you expose your children to excessive screen, it will affect their academics. It will affect their mental health. The other day, I took her daughter to health center. She had malaria, so I took her for treatment at the health center. And there was this little girl, about age 2. For almost 2 hours, this girl was lost on tablet. You see all these things they call children tab. What do they call them? All these colorful tab that you buy for your children. They don't need it. Your children don't need them. As a matter of fact, if your child is less than age 3, they don't need screen. Take screen away from them. What they need is physical activities. Game, play, physical game, active game. Those are the things they need, not screen. So this girl was lost on screen. She was not even conscious of what is happening in her environment. And I was looking, at the point I felt so uncomfortable. And the mother was there. The mother is one of the nurses. I called the mother. I said, excuse me, ma, is this your daughter? She said, yes. I said, okay. How old is she? She said, 2 years, going on 3. I said, please, this screen, you are exposing this child to excess screen. Please take the screen away. Let her play. If you have sand, take your children to sand pits. Let them play. We still take our children to sand pits. I do that. Let them go and learn cognitive skills, social skills. Those are the things they need now. Not screen, not cartoon. If they have to watch screen, let it be limited, be intentional, let it be educative. Let it be what they are learning, what is, teaching them something meaningful and within a short time frame. Stop exposing your children to excessive screen. It will affect their academics. If you don't have bedtime routine, you better start now. If you want to set up your children for academic success, let them go early to bed. Let them go early to bed. One of the things we taught our children, I do tell them that you set the tune for the next day from today. That is, if you go late to bed tonight, it will affect the following day. How? It's either you don't get enough time to sleep, you wake up tired, it will affect your efficiency, you won't be able to do well, even mentally, health-wise. If that continues, it will affect your health. What will your child be doing by 9 p.m., 10 p.m.? Doing what? A child. A child. Before now, our bedtime used to be 7. It used to be 7 p.m. But we have, some rearrangements. We have our dynamics change. We have to move it to 8 p.m. That 8, if it's about 8 p.m., you'll be seeing all of them. Oh yeah, it's bedtime. Oh yeah. Whatever thing you are doing. Oh yeah, it's bedtime. They need to sleep well. They need to sleep well. Remember I talked about stress earlier. When we don't sleep well, we are stressed mentally. A stressed child cannot learn well. A stressed child cannot learn well. There's a recommended sleeping hour for children. 8 hours or so, 8 to 10 hours or so, if I'm not mistaken. So if your child sleeps by 8 p.m. to wake up by 5, yes, your child has slept well. So these are the things that you need to put in place to set up your children, to prepare your children for academic success. Reduce screen time. Reduce screen time. Let them do things by their hands. Let them think. Screen doesn't allow children to think. It doesn't allow children to think. Currently, in our home, we have creative corner. You will see cartoon, scissors, go up, where they create. Cut cartoon, create. Just make something. Create something. Create. You know, it will prompt them to think. They will do things with their hand. They will engage their brain. Not just sitting down and watching cartoon from morning till night. One parent say, it's cartoon that I used to keep my children busy. You are destroying that child's mental health, in case you don't know. If you are watching me now, or you watch this video later, and you keep your children busy with cartoon, you are destroying them. You are destroying them. Also celebrate efforts, not just outcome. Even if your child did not score 100, at least your child wakes up early every day, every morning, dress up for school, go to school. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate them. Even if they did not take any prize during the prize giving day, but your children are showing up every day. Appreciate that. Praise efforts. Oh, I can see the effort you put into achieving this. That must be really commendable. Yes. Appreciate that effort. Even if the results, even if the outcome is not what you expect, but appreciate that effort that your child puts into that activity. Then allow natural consequences to build responsibility. See, some of us are not raising responsible children. Some of us are not raising responsible children. We bail our children out. Your children misbehave. Instead of you to allow natural consequences, like what I shared with you when our son was watching TV instead of doing home phone. I didn't shout. I didn't beat. I told him once or twice, do you know it is time for you to do your own phone? He said, yes, I know. And you are watching TV, you are playing, so he said, yes, I will do my own phone when I finish playing. I said, okay, that's your choice. And I left him. And when it was time, when he needed me to help him, I said, no, you will deal with it by yourself. You will handle that by yourself. That's natural consequences. I don't have to beat. And unlucky for, sadly that day, there was no light. So he had to struggle. He was moving from one point to another. Nobody to help. I said, no, you have wasted my time. This time is for cooking. So I can't do that for you now. You have to figure that out. That's natural consequences. By himself, he said, never in my life will I do this again. And since that time, he hasn't tried that. He hasn't tried that. One of the things they will do when they come back, sometimes even before they have their lunch, is to do their own phone. We don't shout about it. We have put structures in place. We don't scream. We don't beat them. You know, for those of you who say, if I don't beat my children, they will not do their own phone. We have never for once beaten our children for not doing their own phone. And they do their own phone. Their teachers are here, or they are my followers. Their teachers, their current school, their proprietress is likely to be watching me. Or if she's not watching me, I'm sure that she will watch the replay. Their former school, their proprietor is my follower. Their teachers in their former school, they are here. They do their own phone. We don't struggle with that. That is the power of structure. That is the power of routine. When you put those things in place, it will guide the children. Children thrive on predictability. Be predictable. Let the children know what you expect them to do, and you can achieve this through routine. So allow natural consequences. All this beating is not teaching anything. Well, excuse me, let me not say it's not teaching anything, but it's teaching something negative. Yes, because when you beat a child for misbehaving, what you are teaching the child is that violence is the best way to get things done. You are teaching that child that it's not okay to make error. You are teaching that child that when you want something, you can get it by violence. Those are the lessons that you are teaching your children. But if you allow natural consequences, for instance, I've shared it here on this on parenting talk show with Coach Ayuda many times, how our daughter insisted that she was not going to eat what we prepare for dinner. Fine. I tried to convince her. She wasn't allergic to the food. She insisted. That's okay. It's okay. Go and sleep. Go and sleep. You will be hungry. Fine. It's okay. You will not die. They know. I will tell them, okay, if you don't eat this or you don't do this, you will not die. You are not going to die. You are not going to die. Natural consequences. It teaches responsibility. It teaches responsibility. So that is what you also want to do. Don't always rescue your children. Don't rescue them. Some of us will rescue our children. We rescue them from doing this. We don't want them to do this. We don't want them to, come and do your own fun so that your teacher will not beat you. Leave him. Let him not do the own fun. Let him go and face the consequences at school. That's not my problem. That is not my problem. So the last segment here is second to the last one is building emotional resilience. Building emotional resilience. One of the things you will do to prepare your children for the academic success is to build emotional intelligence, emotional resilience. See, I have said it, and I will continue to say it. If your child lacks emotional intelligence, your child will struggle. Even as adults, if you lack emotional intelligence, you will just survive. You can't thrive. So help your children to develop emotional intelligence. A calm child learns better than a pressured one. A calm child is a child who has mastered emotional intelligence. Who is emotional intelligent. That's a calm child. They learn more. They learn better than a pressured one. Teach peace, not panic. Teach peace. Teach your children peace. Be peaceful. Be peaceful with them. Stop creating chaos in the home. Teach peace, not panic. When your children have peace, they learn better. They learn well. Their brains are open to receive new information and to process them. So build your child's inner strength. Help your child to see failure as setback. For the past few days, I've been making posts on failure, success, failure, success. There's something I want to achieve. I want you to know that failure is part of the process. I've said it here on this show. Let your children know that failure is a feedback. When you experience failure, what it means is that what the message is that there's something you need to stop doing. There's something you need to work on to get your desired results. Let them see failure as setback. Failure is not the end point. I said it in one of my posts. When you fail, you can learn from that failure. You can, rise again and try again and do better. And I said it, tell it to your children. Say all these things to your children. Let it be in their consciousness and subconsciousness that failure is a feedback. Model how to handle stress and bounce back. And like I always say, that modeling is huge in parenting. Anything we want to see in our children, if we can model it, 70% of our job as a parent is done. Model how to handle stress, how to bounce back after defeat. Oh, this is very hard, but I can handle it. I will handle it. Let your children hear all these things. There are times that will you will feel defeated. Yes, teach them. Use that moment as a teachable moment for your children. Oh, I have a very tough day today, but that's fine. I will deal with it. I say this to our children. Even sometimes when I'm angry, when things don't get turn out the way I tell them, oh, this is hard for me, but I will deal with it. I can handle it. That is, teaching them how to bounce back. Emotional resilience. Emotional resilience. Teach positive self-talk and affirmation. Teach them how to affirm themselves. I am good. I am enough. I am created for purpose. I can do it. I am able. All this positive self-talk, it builds confidence. Your child wants to do something and say, hey, stop it, you cannot do it. You are talking down on that child. If you do that consistently, your child will have this low self-esteem of, thinking, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. I cannot. No. No. Even when our baby wants to do something that we know it's obvious that he cannot do that yet, I don't say you cannot do it. No, I will tell him, oh, I understand that you love to do it, but you have not learned how to do it yet. Yet. Positive affirmation, self-talk. Teach your children. I am able. I am intelligent. Every morning before our children go out, we have affirmations that they say, I am a God. I am a royalty. I am intelligent. I love challenges. I overcome challenges. They say these things is in their subconscious. And when they are going out. Sorry about that. The network went off. Welcome back. So teach them to affirm themselves. Build confidence in them. Build confidence in them. I can do it. You too, affirm them. You are doing great. Keep going on. Keep doing it. I trust your ability. I know you can do it. I know you can overcome challenges. It goes a long way in setting our children up for academic success. Sorry about that again. The network is not really friendly to us today. So affirm them, even as a parent. Affirm them. I love your curiosity. I love the effort you are putting into achieving this. I'm proud of you. This will help our children. Now, all right. Welcome back. So strengthening the parent-child bond. I made a post and I said your presence should give your child confidence to persevere. If your presence is pressurizing or terrorizing your children, there's something wrong with your parenting style. I was saying that your presence should give your children confidence to persevere. If your presence is pressurizing or terrorizing your children, there's something wrong with your parenting style. So you need to be emotionally available. Just about their homework, go and bring your homework, go and study. Some of you will even send your children to go and study just to punish them. No, it's wrong. In one of the sessions, I will talk about how to let your children enjoy punishments. No. Go upstairs, go and read. No, it shouldn't be. Your children should enjoy reading. They should enjoy stuff. There's a way to achieve that. I'm going to teach you in one of these sessions here. So you need to show interest in your children's passion, not just their grades. Show interest in their passion. Question, instead of asking, did you pass? Ask, what did you enjoy learning today? These are the questions we ask our children when they come back. What new thing did you learn today? What did you enjoy learning? What challenged you? How did you handle it? Be curious about their overall well-being, not just their grades, not just their academic aids, charts, flashcards, mind maps. Make it engaging. Don't just make reading, just book. No. Make it engaging. Use visual aids. Break study time into short intervals with break. Yes. Don't say, then let them teach you what they learn. This reinforces mastery. Ask your children, what did you learn? Come and teach me what you learned. Sometimes I do that to our children. Oh yeah, come and teach me something. You know, it reinforces mastery. What I've learned in life is that what you teach, you cannot forget. What you teach, if you don't want to forget something, you want something to be part of the stand, you need to know how your child learn best. There are some children that they learn, you know, visually. Some auditory, they are auditory learners, some they are kinesthetic learners. Visual learners, they learn best through charts, colors, drawings, objects, and all that. Auditories, there are some children who are auditory learners, they learn through songs, through discussions, you know, just teach them by mouth, they will get everything. And there are some that are kinesthetic learners. Not getting that concept, the right thing to do is to make a drawing, maybe a chart, a graph or something, and paste it somewhere. So if you are doing that for an auditory learner, it will contradict your child. That child will struggle to learn. So you need to understand your child's learning style so that you can create enabling environment for your child to adequately learn. All right. So stop pushing your children for performance. That is not your role. Your role is to prepare your children to flourish. Your role is to prepare your children to flourish, not to push them to perform. Help your children to believe in their abilities. Create a space where learning is joyful, not painful. All right, and not painful. Make learning joyful and not painful. You are not raising students, you are raising future leaders. You are not raising children, students. Your children may be students today, but tomorrow they are future leaders. So you need to lead with love so that they can learn with confidence. But who thrive? I said let's raise children. This network is something today. Oh, my friend Miriam Adeba, thank you for joining me. Thank you, I see you. Let us raise children who don't just pass exams, but who thrive with peace, with purpose, and with resilience. Children who thrive with peace, with purpose, and with resilience. Don't just pass exams, but who thrive with peace, with purpose, and resilience. Today, I have talked about how to prepare your children for academic success without pressure. Please share the video to this, the link to this video to parents on your contact, so that on Facebook page talking about parenting, teaching about parenting. I love it.